Boogeyman band coming round the bend. Is Boogeyman band. Is Boogeyman band.
Greetings, my fellow Fright Fiends, and thanks so much for dropping by the Horror Zone channel. I hope everyone's doing well. Thank you for dropping by and checking out episode 24 of my underrated horror film series. If you watched my last one, which focused on Lee Tamahori's The Edge, starring Sir Anthony Hopkins and Alec Baldwin. So today's film is going to be focusing on Martin Scorsese's 2010 film, Shutter Island. In 1954, a U.S. Marshal investigates the disappearance of a murderer who escaped from a hospital for the criminally insane. Movie stars Leonardo DiCaprio as Teddy Daniels, Mark Ruffalo as Chuck, Ben Kingsley as Dr. Colley, Max von Sydow as Dr. Naring, Michelle Williams as Dolores, Jackie Earle Haley as George Noyce, Ted Levine as the Warden, and John Carroll Lynch as Deputy Warden McPherson. The movie is based on the novel by Dennis Lehane, and the screenplay was done by Laida Kalogridis, and the movie was directed by Martin Scorsese. Scenery from Peddox Island, initial island approach. Peddox Island in Boston Harbor, Massachusetts, Acadia National Park in Maine, Medfield State Hospital in Medfield, Massachusetts, and the Rice Estate at Turner Hill Country Club in Ipswich, Massachusetts were combined via CGI to create the imagery of Shutter Island as a whole. The large mountainous area of the island seen during the ferry approach was added in post-production and does not exist, but the decaying brick buildings on the lower lands are real ruins from Peddox Island. This film served as the fourth time that Martin Scorsese and Leonardo DiCaprio had worked together on a project. They previously collaborated in Gangs of New York, The Aviator, and The Departed. Before settling on Mark Ruffalo for the role of Chuck, Leonardo DiCaprio and Martin Scorsese also considered Robert Downey Jr. and Josh Brolin. And with regards to the score from the film, there are comparisons to the sound, especially in the opening of the film, that sound very much like some of the score from Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. And this comes from the fact that it contained Ligeti's Lantana, which appears in The Shining, and selections from Penderecki, whose music provided so much of Kubrick's soundscape for the Overlook Hotel. Shutter Island was released alongside The Ghost Rider, and with $41 million finished first at the box office and gave Scorsese his best box office opening to date. The film remained at number one in its second weekend with $22.2 million. Eventually it grossed worldwide just under $295 million and became Scorsese's second highest grossing film worldwide. It is Scorsese's fifth movie to debut at the box office at number one, following Taxi Driver, Goodfellas, Cape Fear, and The Departed. So I've been a fan of this film since it came out in theaters in February of 2010. So we just hit the 13-year mark for this film. It just looked like something that was right up my alley, and it also just had a very different vibe from most Scorsese films. You know, maybe outside of like Cape Fear, he really didn't delve too much into the horror genre, and this just seemed like a very tense thriller horror film. And I just think it's fantastic. In fact, next to Casino, it's my favorite Martin Scorsese film, and I wish more people talked about it. And I think the performances in this are fantastic. Of course, Leonardo DiCaprio is just an amazing actor, and I think he gives one of his best performances in this film. Also, Mark Ruffalo, who can't say enough great things about him. But just besides those two amazing actors, you also have Sir Ben Kingsley, the late great Max von Sydow. You have John Carroll Lynch. You have Ted Levine. You have Jackie Earle Haley. So many amazing actors. Patricia Clarkson. And Michelle Williams is also really good in this. She doesn't have a huge role, but the part that she plays in this is very compelling and very haunting. And there's a terrific set piece or scene with her in it that just really haunts me, and it made me very emotional for the first time I watched it. And I think she does a great job. The location, the fact that they were able to combine all of these various locations to make Shutter Island just blows my mind, because I thought, before I did the research for this film, that it was all shot on some island. But yeah, it's very isolating. There's very disturbing moments to it. It's one of those films that the less you know going into it, the better. I specifically stayed away from even going, this is 2010, but I just stayed away from reviews. I didn't read anything about it. I just wanted to go into it, and right away I was hooked just by the sounds, the score, the location. It just had this grand scale to it, and this very haunting facility, but also this very kind of personal character study of the Teddy Daniels character that Leonardo DiCaprio plays. And just all of the different facets to his performance you know, and almost the manic nature to him in some regards. You get a very clear picture of where all this is coming from by the film's conclusion. It's a very haunting film that really will stick with you at the end, and I definitely recommend it to people who haven't seen it. I won't spoil anything here. Give this a watch. Like I said, it's a very, very underrated Martin Scorsese masterpiece. The fact that it opens so huge and nobody really talks about it 13 years later kind of blows my mind. But yeah, check this one out. I would put this above many of his more popular or more talked about films, even though I think Scorsese is brilliant. This one just reached me just like Cape Fear did, like Casino did. Those are probably some of my favorite films that he's ever done. And yeah, this ties with Casino for me as my favorite film of his. So yeah, check out Shutter Island. It's a masterpiece. I absolutely love it. I think it fits perfectly into this underrated horror film series that I'm doing. Let me know if you guys are fans of the film. If you've seen it, please don't spoil it. I know it's an older film, but I still want people that haven't seen it not to know how it plays out, because it was something that blew my mind, whereas I thought I was going in for one type of film, and then finding out what the film was just was fantastic. And I miss films like this, because we don't get a lot of films like this now, but by amazing directors like Scorsese. So yeah, check it out. Let me know what you guys think, and thanks so much again for the support. And I hope everyone's enjoying this series, and I got 2 more planned. Leave me some comments down below. Let me know if you're fans of the series that I'm doing, if you're fans of the film Shutter Island that I just talked about. And I will talk to you again real soon. Take it easy. Stay scared as always. Hey fellow Fright Fiends, just want to say thank you again for supporting Boogeyman Ben's Horror Zone. If you're brand new to the channel and you haven't yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe button down below, hit the bell notification so you're updated every time I drop a new video. I typically do this once or twice a week with new content. I've been doing this for over 11 years, and the horror genre is a passion of mine, and it really means a lot to me that I can share that passion with all of you guys. Thanks so much again for the support, and I'll talk to you again later. Take it easy, stay scared as always.